Anybody there? Yeah, we got Real Cygnus, Great Shyamalan Ding Dong, Doug Oh Boy, RT96, Baba Ali, ADMA. Good to have you here. Some of you can't stay. I agree. I understand it's kind of late, but Mike, uh, it's the time that Mike was available. So yeah. Hey RT. Oh yeah, it will be deliciously awful. So yeah, he's an idiot. So he came on camera a couple times and did po did some posturing. It's pretty funny. Oh, I can't turn my webcam on because it's disabled. So we're just waiting on Mike. It should start at 5:30. I haven't gotten an email stating otherwise. Yeah. And Mike said it's a go for a debate with what the fuck is his name? Truth is not subjective. Hey, George. Yeah, truth is not subjective. Adam, that religious nutbag that Flatzoid likes. He was on someone's channel, called in to his show, and fucking got demolished by the Christian apologist is the guy whose channel he called into, and the guy just ripped him a new one. So one thing I wanted to, well, I'll get to it when we get there. One thing I found on the internet is while Antarctica is considered a desert due to its extremely low precipitation, the air near the surface can sometimes feel relatively humid because of the cold temperatures. Cold air has a lower capacity to hold moisture, so even a small amount of water vapor can result in high relative humidity. But it's not enough water vapor to condense the breath of anybody breathing. So you have a thing called absolute humidity and relative humidity. Absolute humidity is how much moisture, how humid it is. Relative humidity is how moist the air feels. And there's other science involved. I learned about relative humidity in school and promptly forgot it because I knew I'd never be a fucking weatherman. So what they're showing like on websites for Antarctica weather, where they show the humidity from 50 to 60%, that's relative humidity. The actual humidity is or the absolute humidity is like 0.3%. So that's why you couldn't see his breath or their breath very easily. I'm having trouble breathing again. I haven't run out, but I haven't smoked pot for, fuck, 4 days now. I've taken a hit or two once in a while, but man, I just can't handle it anymore. I'm trying to get better patches for nicotine. These things they gave me are just useless. So trying to quit. I'd like to quit everything. And I don't know if you saw in my community tab, or posts tab, they call it now. But the printer came. It's heavy. I don't know how much it weighs, probably 40 pounds. So I'm going to try and get it up onto the table. Yeah, because of Satan. Yeah, torturing us sodomites. I'd like to just go to the fucking doctor and just have him put new lungs in. This sucks. I gotta fix my sound here.
Arlington, Florida?
Okay, that'll work. Hey, Mike. Is he live on his channel? I wonder. Yeah, he's live on his channel. Oh, good shot. Hey, 1-2. Can you hear me? Oh. Yeah. I forget to turn the volume up on all my videos. Yeah, I'm sorry. Nico can go.
symbolism in a supposedly scientific endeavor. So we got the copy-pasted mountain. The background of their footage includes a mountain identical to a 2016 image with the exact snow patterns to on Mount Russman. So this blatant reuse of imagery indicates that the footage was at least partially fabricated, likely shot in a studio or pre-recorded in a controlled location months before the trip. So there's like different shooting times and dates. So the age discrepancies in the footage. So in some of the clips, the individuals appear visibly older than in others, as mentioned by Flatzoid yesterday when he was talking with Dave. So it's suggesting that portions of the footage were recorded months apart. This undermines the claim that the events were documented in a single continuous Antarctic expedition. Their attempts to demonstrate compass directions, there is clear evidence of tampering. By holding the compass upside down, they ensure the needle doesn't move, so creating the illusion of consistency. This trickery further exposes the lengths they've gone to mislead us, the audience. Jaren and the premature headlines. So before the group even left Antarctica, headlines were already circulating worldwide claiming that Jaren had admitted the Earth is a globe and that he was wrong. So this pre-planned narrative indicates that the media was ready to discredit Flat Earth regardless of the actual results of the experiment. So why were these stories published before the expedition concluded? The answer is clear. It was a coordinated effort to control the narrative, because what is coming next, they need to destroy the belief system of an enclosed system with a dome so that people could believe in the fake alien invasion. So given the evidence, it's entirely plausible that portions of the footage were filmed in the same location months before the actual trip. So advanced studio technology, such as Disney's The Volume, makes this not only possible, but highly likely. All of these inconsistencies, faked breath, absent footprints, Freemasonic rituals, reused backgrounds, manipulated compasses, and pre-written headlines paint a picture of a staged event. So this was not an honest attempt to seek truth, but a deliberate effort to manufacture evidence and discredit the Flat Earth movement and Bible cosmology. So in conclusion, the final experiment in Antarctica and its claim of capturing a 24-hour sun are a web of deception. So the flaws and manipulations I've highlighted today demonstrate that this was never about seeking truth. It was about silencing dissent and promoting a predetermined narrative. So I urge you critically evaluate what you've been shown. Don't accept the narrative at face value. Look deeper, question everything, and seek the truth for yourself. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Nico. That was 5 minutes on the dot. You can see the rest of your time too, Sean.
Where?
Right now. All right, hold on.
Oh.
All right.
Oh.
All right. So really quick, Sparky said for $2. Oh no, Lord Illuminous Pooh for $2 says, I'm institutionalized. All I wanted was a Pepsi.
She wouldn't give it to me.
Sparky NJ for $2 says, I thought I said to mute him when he speaks. I'm so sorry. And then we have a question, but we're gonna get to the questions at the very end. All right. So 10 minutes starts now for you, Mr. Hawkins. Go ahead.
I'm going to debunk everything he said using evidence and facts.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
Well, that was easy. All right, so just letting you guys know, you guys can share your screen. Please be respectful with it, so I don't have to moderate it. I don't know how to do that, so so go ahead, use it as you will to your advantage. And all right, so we have open discussion. Go ahead.
Okay, Nico.
For 20 minutes. Sorry, 20 minutes.
Okay, Nico, can you post a link to the headlines that said that about Jaren before they went? Could you do that, please?
Yeah. So we'll just go here. Share screen. So they go back as far back as 4 weeks. So 4 weeks ago,
Click on that link.
Flat Earther reveals that one thing that made him realize he's wrong while trying to prove the Earth isn't round.
What's the date on that, Nico?
Published 19th of December 2024.
Right. When did they come back?
Well, I believe they left on the 18th, so they were still in Punta. They were in Punta Arenas, I think the 19th, so they didn't get home until like the week of Christmas. So they weren't
Okay.
home yet still, and these headlines were going worldwide.
After they finished. See, they came back on the 17th. They left a day early, and you're posting something that happened 2 days later and saying it was before. You're a liar, Nico.
No, that doesn't. Hold on. So December 19th, it went worldwide, and
Yeah.
pretty much
You ever heard of the internet? Yeah.
Yeah, we're looking at it right now.
News is not delivered by a pony anymore. We have the internet.
But it was still within 24 hours of the
I don't
video
care.
posted, him saying that he was wrong. It was already every language, every country, every nation had the story ready to go.
Yeah. Yeah. They ran the story on the 19th, 2 days after they got back. So you're a liar. You said those stories were published before they went. You're a liar,
Not before
Nico.
they went, before they even got back. So
No, you said before they ever went. That's what you said in your intro. You're a liar. Next. What else you got, buddy?
So did you watch Dave McKeegan's response to Flatzoid yesterday?
Oh yeah, yeah. I watch all of them, man.
So if you'd like, we could pretty much go through that because that's pretty much got everything in it. That was pretty much well done. I don't think that Dave did a good job debunking anything. So if he couldn't debunk it, I'm not sure how you're going to be able to debunk anything.
Well, you're a biased, delusional person. So of course you'd say that he didn't debunk it.
No. This has nothing to do with being biased. It's just the facts, right? There's no bias here. We go by truth. So yeah, and the fact that is in the last decade of researching well, first of all, being a glober most of my life, then realizing that was a lie because trying to prove it and I'm waiting for NASA to show actual video footage of the Earth spinning and hurtling through space. You kind of give up and be like, you know what? They're never going to show us.
We have that. They have shown that, Nico. They have shown that.
And that's your bias towards NASA.
No, that's the truth. That's the truth. You're allergic to the truth, Nico. So let's go through the video. Go ahead.
So yeah, are you going to share your screen? You have it up, or am I bringing it up?
No, it's your evidence.
Friends for like over a year and like going on his channel every week. And the second he goes to Antarctica, just fucking throw him under the bus. Yeah, Dave Weiss hasn't even like spoken.
The audio, Nico, is coming through your mic. Do you want to when you go to share your screen, make sure share audio is also selected.
Oh, okay. So
Boarded a plane at Punta Arenas, Chile. We took off, flew south for 4 hours, landed at Union Glacier. We were there for 3 days until December 17th. During our time there, we did several live streams, took quite a few photos, lots of photos, in fact, and several videos as well. And at no point during our time there did the sun set, despite us seeing the same sun that we saw in Chile. So
That's better.
I'm looking forward to hearing what evidence Flatzoid has to say that that's not actually the sun. And that pretty much concludes my presentation.
All right. Thank you very much, Dave. Short and sweet. Flatsoid, you've got 5 minutes to do just a brief review of why you say the sun wasn't real, and then we can just go back into a back and forward. Dave, would you stop screen?
We're able to just fake the sky and have the rest as a real environment.
How would they fake the sky, Nico?
Okay. Is that your entire?
Yeah, that's just what I'm.
So what Flatzoid displayed there, and what his theory again is that, say if you guys somehow magically can debunk the studio set, which I still don't think you can. Everything still points to this kind of virtual volume being set up, but there's other ways to really be somewhere and just fake out the sky, which he showed with an example there of how the sky could easily be just edited out. They're using Unreal Engine 5 now to recreate mountain scenery, anything, any visual, and it pretty much can pass off as real life.
So, Flightzoid didn't display anything. He didn't prove anything. He didn't show any evidence. He gave his opinion.
Well, that
so
is
prove
evidence
that they're using Unreal Engine.
That's evidence that technology
Prove it.
It does exist.
So I know it exists. I play video games. I know it exists. And no video game is as real as what you saw in the TFE. None.
And the fact that no one has ever recorded this before or made a big...
What? You said nobody has recorded a 24-hour sun before? Really? I've got a 5-day 24-hour sun here.
Right, and the fact that the sun, the hue of the sky remained the same for the whole 24 hours, but that's impossible. You'll never see that.
No, it's not. Are you a photographer? How long have you been a photographer for? I've been a professional photographer for 45 years.
He said something about the white balance. The setting kept it that way, but that's not making sense. You can't get that.
Why? Prove that you cannot set your white balance to a certain hue and have the sky remain that hue. Prove it. What's your evidence for that?
Filming the sun.
What is your evidence for that?
Major light source, because
I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear your opinion, Nico. I want to see evidence.
And the fact that it wasn't a live stream pretty much throws it out right there anyway.
It was a live stream, and much of it was live.
That's covering for now. Yeah.
Okay, right. We're going to go into a back and forth then. Just before we do, I want to say thank you everyone for joining. Please make sure you smash the like button and share the stream. I will be on.
Could I just recommend you start crowdfunding for your bail now?
Yeah, somebody's already told me that
so if
bail for me. So
if I could share my screen,
although I have promised my wife I won't get arrested.
Can I share my screen?
Yeah, go ahead. If you got something ready, go ahead.
Yeah.
But basically what I'm saying, that Dave hasn't debunked anything. His reasoning for his excuse for the left boot and charging of batteries, it's nothing adds up. That's a good cover story for actually, it doesn't like say that, like basically everything that was in motion was 100% a Freemasonic ritual. He can't deny that. He's just saying, oh, it might have looked that way, but the cover story is I was only putting batteries in shoes and moving it around, and that's it. But it doesn't take away that it still was a Masonic left boot ritual for the apprentice.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Can you see my screen? Why is it not sharing? Can you see my screen?
I think
see
I
the
can
one
see
I'm
it.
sharing.
Yeah,
The 24-hour sun here.
Yep.
This is a 5-day, 24-hour sun there, buddy. 5-day time lapse. Sun never goes lower. Look, the sky gets different shades. Huh. And it's about 2 minutes 22 seconds, so it's pretty quick.
Yeah. This is a good fake too. But
no, it's not fake at all.
Of course
this
it
was
is. So since when did
this came out 6 years ago, man? 6 years ago.
And so in 6 years, the Earth's tilt shifted. So there, the sun is moving parallel to the horizon.
Right. This is at the South Pole.
The sun is dancing
This is at the
No.
South Pole.
Again,
60,
you guys are
60
just
600
showing.
miles north of or south of where they were.
Again, this isn't valid footage. It's another.
Oh, yes,
fake.
it is. Oh, yeah, it is.
So
It's absolutely valid.
They both
It's
can't be
absolutely
valid.
valid. Yes, they can, Nico. If you knew anything about the way the sun's orbit, or the Earth's spin, see, they're dead center on the South Pole, on the South axial pole. They FTFE was 600 miles north of there. So because of the Earth's tilt, it's going to look like it goes up and down, Nico.
No, that doesn't work. Not if
Yes,
the
it
sun
does.
is 93 million. No, it's still, if they're 600 miles away from the direct south, then it's not going to change anything. There's still.
Yes, it will. Absolutely will. Why do you think the sun goes up and down when you're like north of the equator or
So
north
you're
of there?
saying that this is
Because
possible if you're
the sun is
standing,
on a tilt.
but this
Yes,
is only
Yes, this is
only
perfectly
able to
predictable
work.
by the heliocentric model and not predictable by the flat Earth model at all.
So not any flat Earth model, because now there's like
No.
5 different flat Earth
None.
models, right?
None. No.
So
No
you're
model of the
solely
flat
saying
Earth.
that this is only able to be possible on the heliocentric globe.
Yes, absolutely.
Ridiculous.
No, it's reality, man. It's reality. And I know reality hurts your feelings because it destroys your paradigm and your flat Earth cult. So what else you got?
Well, no, cult is actually part of the word culture.
No, it's not.
And Globe Earth has been part of the curriculum and culture for the last 7 decades, right? So basically the last century. And the fact that people have just blindly believed and followed this cult of the globe and NASA is now coming to an end. And you're the one that's getting upset because I'm here to crush it and finish it off.
Dude, you couldn't crush a can with a steamroller. Cult, the etymology of cult. Colere is Latin. Latin cult, inhabited, cultivated, worshipped. French is culte. Latin is cultus, means worship. And that turned into cult in the early 17th century. So it does not mean cult. It does not mean whatever you said it means.
I said it was part of the word culture, right? Cult fits into the word culture.
Right. Words that look alike don't mean the same thing, Nico. Means cultivated worship. That's what cult means, not culture. So what else you got? Anything else? Want to talk about footprints they were leaving in the snow? Want to talk about that? How about the angles of the shadows? How about the humidity of Antarctica? Want to talk about that? See, I do my research, Nico. You don't. You watch flat Earth videos, and you look at flat Earth websites to get your information, and those are faulty. Those are fallacious. Those are lies. So what else do you have? Come on, dude. What else do you got?
It's all right there. Nothing's been debunked. It's been almost 4 weeks
thoroughly
now.
Debunked. Thoroughly debunked. Your
No.
delusional opinions do not mean anything, Nico. You've not destroyed anything. And to be the leader of a revolution, you picked the low rank of sergeant? Are you kidding me? You know what sergeant is? It's the lowest rung on the NCO ladder.
Yeah, I never once said it was a ranking or my ranking for that matter.
Well, if you're wearing 3 chevrons upside down, that's a rank.
Yeah, if you're in the military, I'm not part of the military.
Then don't wear military rank. You're wearing camo. You're wearing military camo. So, and you're wearing military rank. So, you're just a fraud, Nico.
Nope. Well, I'm glad you finally got me on to try and debate me. You can't prove anything.
Oh, I've just proven everything. I've just proven everything I've shown you was proof. Everything I've shown you was proof. 5-hour time lapse of the 24-hour sun. All you've given us is your opinion.
one poorly edited video to try and debunk
no.
another poorly edited video. So it's game over.
Poorly edited? Look pretty damn clear to me.
Okay, so let me quickly see the rest of some points in this video. So I want to talk about the ages. Why do they look like different ages apart in different part in footage that was supposedly taken days apart? They look like years older and apart. Let's play this quickly.
Dave, explain that.
She just come back from Antarctica, and that's Neptune when he just come back from Antarctica. But if you look at the photo of them in Punta Arenas with this Brazilian guy, their hair is like very different. I mean, Neptune doesn't even have gray hair. He's very. He even looks chubbier. You know what I mean? They look younger. So
I agree with what Flatzoid's saying. So this is supposed to be them in Punta Arenas, just before they were going to Antarctica, right? And they ran into this Brazilian guy that just came back from the marathon that was taking place there. So you can see that MC Toon does in fact look like a year or two younger.
No, he doesn't.
Than he does from the footage of them just getting back there. Even Will Duffy, he looks younger than he does from the moment he got back. So there's definitely a big gap in the shooting dates from at least 6 months to a year.
Nope. Different
so this
lighting.
Could be a whole
different
year's
lighting, different cameras, different setting. What else you got?
Okay, but he even mentions, you can see McToon's hair is different. The skin looks different. The weight is different. So again, I agree that these different scenes were taken at least a year apart. So that goes for the shootings.
What is your proof? I don't want your opinion. What is your proof that these were shot a year apart?
Look at it. You can see it right here.
Show me dates. Show me dates, man. Dates, times.
But everyone knows that this footage is them in Punta Arenas around about the 14th.
Right, 17th to 18th, 13th to 18th.
Oh,
show me proof that they were there 2 years before. Show me that.
We're not going to have proof of that. You can see that there's
Then stop saying it. If you don't have proof in a debate, stop giving your opinion.
Why is it upsetting?
This is for proof and evidence. Show me dates. Show me receipts, man.
Yeah, it's theory versus theory because you ain't got no proof or evidence for anything, right? It's just all talk. So
this is your claim, Nico. This isn't my claim. This is your claim. It's your time to bring evidence that what you're saying is true.
The thing is, you were looking at this like, but how is this possible?
So no evidence.
No evidence. 4 days go by and then you look like a whole, like
just
you aged
Flatzoid's opinion.
How does that happen?
So all you have is Flatzoid's opinion and not yours.
You're looking at two videos that are shot. Will and Toon are shooting in a room under controlled lighting versus standing in a hotel foyer shooting on a phone.
And that makes you chubby as well. Very chubby.
Well, that's one particular screen grab.
So there's no way to explain that away by saying, oh, we're using a phone, or we were outside, or we're at home using a better camera setup. No, that's within the same week, but they look years apart, right? So
no, they don't.
One camera from another in a different setting, whether it's outside or inside in a different country, continent, isn't going to add 10 pounds, take away 10 pounds, add gray hair, take away gray hair. You understand?
No, I don't understand because you're making all this up. You're making all this up, Nico, in order to save your cult.
There's no cult.
It could just be
there is. Absolutely.
The way he's holding his head in the video.
See, when an entire room of people do this, all wear the same clothing, all have the same catchwords, that's a cult. You worship anti-science. You worship the flat earth. You're a cult, Nico. Flat earth is a cult. So what else do you have?
The biblical earth is actually the truth. It's been written. Science that you worship and believe in, your satanic cult of the ball, heliocentric earth and universe and other planets and life out there is absolutely insane. So That's what you are standing up for and trying to protect your cartoon fairyland, fantasy land, right? So
So you believe in a book that was written 1,500 years ago by scientifically and functionally illiterate people over modern day science that's demonstrable and repeatable. That's what you believe?
So that's your opinion on that is coming from what? Modern day paid off Freemasonic researchers and scientists and Masonic priests in the infiltrated church in their man-made written books. Yeah, I'm gonna choose the Bible over your scientist, right?
Do you know
So
what Freemasons are, Nico? Do you have
yeah,
any idea? It's a social club for men. That's all it is. It's a loosely religious based social club. Baptists, Catholics, Protestants, Lutherans, Methodists. It's all those people are Masons. Okay,
what degree are you?
I don't know. I'm not a Mason. My father was, and I don't know what degree he was. But yeah, if you were to call my father a Satanist, a demon because he's a Mason, he would beat the living crap out of you, buddy.
So you're a Demolay and you chose not to be a Mason, so your dad
What
must have taken you to the
dem?
Demolay Lodge, right?
What's a demolay?
The little boy Masons.
No, I'm not a demolay. You're probably an Eastern Star.
Do you know what that is? Isn't that just women?
Yes, it's for women. Yes, you got the joke, didn't you? So what else do you have? Masons aren't satanic. What else do you have?
Well, you haven't proved that they're not, right? So again,
They
to
don't
say
worship Satan, so they're not Satanist. So you think everyone's a Satanist, pedophile, pedo, fucking what, sodomite? Because you're a
yes,
paranoid little man, Nico. You're a paranoid, scared, delusional little man.
I've actually been climbing this mountain of satanic evil deception for the last few years now. And yeah, I've trampled a lot of evil, exposed a lot of demons,
You've made a
rebuked them.
you've
A
made a
lot of them
fool
in
out of
Jesus
yourself on the
Christ's name.
internet and in real life, Nico. That's all you've
Um,
done.
and it looks like as we're getting to the top and closing in on the New World Order, we run into this great deception called the Final Experiment Antarctica. And I was just like, yeah, this is the big one. Smashed it wide open. 666 months after Apollo 11 took place. So there's your coding there for your 666. And
And why is the number 6 scary?
you already know that it's prophesized in Revelation 13,
No.
18.
6616 is the actual number of the beast, and that was Nero's name. That's Hebrew gematria for Nero's name. So how could anything be 666? Again, I do my research, Nico. You don't.
All right, so let's regroup a little bit here. Guys, make sure in the audience, thank you so much. 283 people. I really appreciate you guys here supporting the stream. If you guys could definitely hit that like button, that'd be super appreciated as well. Get your questions in, guys, because in about 5 minutes we're going to be doing some Q&A if these guys are ready to go. And I will be prioritizing super chats, but I will also be reading tagged messages as well. So go ahead and do that. So let's gear things back on the final experiment here. So Nico had a lot of points. A lot of So Nico, did you want to bring up what would be the point that you would want to address the most right now?
Well, still all of them pretty much, but again, we're not getting the evidence or the proof to debunk the evidence that we have brought up, right? We have so many gates now, and not one of them has been destroyed in a due manner and good timing. according to the world we're in and how AI and editing and we know things are time sensitive, which is why in the first place we needed live streams. So that would take away from, it's even though you can still live stream, edit as you go, right? So that would have been what I would have jumped on if they were able to live stream a 24-hour sun, but they couldn't, so probably
How
didn't
do,
have the budget for that.
how do you edit a live stream in real time? How do you do that, Nico?
It can be done.
Well, show me. Show me. Explain it. Take me through the process. How you do it.
All right, let's see what we can bring up here. Just give me a second. Go ahead, talk while I just bring up some real-time live editing. Well, you see it all the time when you're watching your sports and stuff. They use a TriCaster. You can put on lower thirds and stuff, right? Live.
Yeah,
And
that you can add to
sports,
it.
so
You can do
the
overlays.
technology's there. Yeah, you can do that. So
Prove that they did that. And again, not your
I don't
opinion.
need to.
Prove
They
that they
didn't
did
live
that.
stream it. They
This
didn't
is
do
your
that
claim, Nico.
because they live
This is
stream
your
it.
claim,
If
Nico.
they were able to, which they didn't, that's the way that could be explained.
They did live stream, Nico. Everybody
Not the
there live
24
streamed,
hours,
except for
not
Elizabeth. I'm not
24
sure if
hours.
Elizabeth did it, but everyone there live streamed for hours at a time. No overlays. They all looked. They all matched each other. So, and I already debunked your vape gate. So, what else you got, Nico?
Well, that didn't get debunked. That actually stands and was admitted to by Austin, and even Dave explained it from his footage. So,
Right, then it's not vape gate. It's been explained. It's not a mystery. Something gate is a mystery or a conspiracy to hide the truth. The truth has not been hidden. It's been exposed. So next.
yeah, and it was explained that deception was involved to fake breath.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. So you admit that deception was a part of it. So, like I said in the intro, if you're gonna lie and deceive for something that small, what else could have been? So again, I'm saying if you're already in that, the way it just happened so fluently and easy for him to just jump on that deception means that it was probably definitely a part of the bigger deception they were in, which is why it needed to be done.
You ever throw a surprise birthday party for somebody? Are you married? Better yet, are you married? Do you have a girlfriend? Just say yes.
No,
If
I'm not.
if your wife didn't want you to do something and you got caught doing it, would you be honest? Probably not, right? Try and hide it.
Okay, but
That's what Austin was doing. No, that's not a completely different thing. That's exactly what Austin was doing. His wife didn't want him to vape anymore. He got caught vaping and he tried to cover it up. Yeah, that happens to everybody. Okay, what next?
no,
That's not a sign of
everyone is
deception of the
involved
TFE.
not
That's
everyone is involved in an experiment to prove or disprove globe Earth, flat Earth, whatever it may be. That was a big experiment. Money was involved, funding, that kind of stuff happened. So, yeah.
Now, did Jaron vape? Yes or no? No.
That's not that
Did
was nothing.
MC Toon vape? Did Will
They
Duffy
didn't
vape?
get caught faking their breath like Austin
Did
did.
Elizabeth vape? No, she didn't. None of them did except for Austin. So how can VapeGate debunk the TFE? He was the only one that did it, Nico. And vaping has absolutely nothing to do with the 24-hour sun that you saw in the sky for 24 hours. Nothing. It has nothing to do with it. It's just your paranoia.
Just my paranoia. So you guys don't really have a good argument to back up.
You see
what you're
demons
claiming.
everywhere, Nico. You think everyone's a Mason, everyone's a sodomite.
I can see the demons in
It's paranoia. It's paranoia. You're afraid of everything, Nico.
I'm pretty sure others can see it too.
No,
Yeah.
other paranoid, delusional people, they see it.
All right, guys. Well, that wraps up. That was actually about 30 minutes of back and forth because you guys were getting we're getting somewhere there, and I wanted you guys to keep on going just in case. So I did hit 20 super chats, which was the goal. Now I have to take a shot. So thank you for all the super chats. I appreciate it. I also got 5 gifted subs from Nexaroth. Thank you so much over on Twitch. I appreciate you. Thank you. So now we're gonna hop into Q&A. Do you guys feel like you have like anything else you want to do for more of a back and forth, or do you guys feel like you got
I'm
everything?
good. I'm good.
You good? All right.
I could do something here. Hold on.
Well, I'm
I
sure
don't think
that
Sean can. I don't think you can, Sean. I say just you're
Let
not
me
doing
share
it.
my screen.
all right. Let's just let Sean do this, and then we'll do the oh my god, the Q&A, and then we'll see how we feel after the Q&A, because I'm sure that the Q&A will spark up some more questions and
All right.
conversation. So go ahead and you have let's do 3 minutes on what you got, Sean.
All right. Here's where they were. Somewhere around there, right? That look close. Here's the North Pole, A. Circle B is the flat Earth. Here's the equator, right? And I'm not going to draw all 3 lines on this would be the equator, about midway. Then you have this Tropic of Capricorn. The sun, according to the flat Earth, stays on the Tropic of Capricorn. Doesn't go further south. Well, it doesn't stay there. The time they were there, it would have stayed there. But it goes in between the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. The time that they were there, it was at the Tropic of Capricorn. If they're here, how could they see the sun facing south? Can't see the sun facing south, Nico. There's absolutely no way that this sun on a flat Earth could be south of them. That's just geometry, dude. I'm done.
All right, is it?
That was quick.
All right. Sorry, I didn't put in you guys's links to your channels so that people can find you guys.
If I'm breathing heavy, it's because I have COPD and I'm having an attack.
You're good.
So I'm
good. Good. You're fine.
All right. Try not to sound like an obscene phone caller.
All right, cool. All right. All right. So we have for Q&A, we have yes, Joe, read my name, read it louder, harder, faster, stronger, whatever. Nice. He said, "Today I am here, and I was instantly pissed by hearing him. Lying POS, all your points have been debunked. Get new ones." Oh my God, Jesus. Thank you. So all your points have been debunked. Get new ones, says yes, Joe.
I know that wasn't for me.
That was for Nico.
I figured.
Thank you so much for the 500 biddies, Noam.
So I'm pretty calm and yeah, just pretty easy with sitting back, relaxing, knowing that not Dave, not Toon, not Jaren, no one's been able to come up with anything to really show that they were there at this such and such time and that they saw this and this. Like everything is still all in a bag of Skittles mixed around, like touching the rainbow. It's a mess. So it's great because they got nothing solid to be like, this is it. So yeah, the flat earth is not dead. Biblical cosmology still stands, will always stand, will not be thwarted by Satan and his balls and his demon gatekeepers.
All right. So I have a request over here on Twitch. Yes, okay. Thank you, Noam, for the gifted sub. I appreciate all the gifted subs and the bits over there. So okay, here we go. Holy fuck. All right. Noam says, "Can you tell him to look at the camera and speak truth?" Apparently, the audience feels like you're not speaking the truth today.
Yeah, of course. So what else is there to say? The very people that deceive you believe the same biblical and know the same biblical cosmology that I believe and know. So look, for example, at Werner von Braun. We know where he came from in Europe. He was brought over to the US and given this position in NASA from Project Paperclip. And he was good friends with Walt Disney, top Freemason, high level rocket scientist, right? On his gravestone, he has Psalms 19:1. The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. So why would he have that if he didn't believe in that? Like, is that just, it doesn't fit in with his NASA deception? That's just his way of maybe repenting at the end after all the lies he's been involved in.
Do you know what? Do you know what Nazi is, Nico? Do you know what a Nazi is?
That's what Werner von Braun was.
No. Do you know what a Nazi is? Not Werner von Braun, just Nazis in general. It's a political party.
A regime, yeah.
Political party. Yes. Do you know that you didn't have to do Nazi things to be a Nazi? All you had to do was join the party. Scientists did that because they didn't want to get killed. Werner von Braun was not a bloodthirsty Nazi. Werner von Braun was a member of a political party. You ever driven a Volkswagen? You ever own a Volkswagen, Nico?
Yeah.
You know who created the Volkswagen? Hitler.
Yeah.
It's one of Hitler's creations. So you drove a Hitler car. You drove a Nazi car, Nico. Aren't you proud of yourself?
Oh, God. All right.
That's what you got.
Yeah,
right.
I mean Nazis are bad, but you bought a Nazi car.
All right, valid point. All right, so we're gonna move on. Tiles for $5 New Zealand says, Nico, what evidence will convince you that the final experiment was not fake?
A live stream of the 24-hour sun. I don't care about the camp or ice or snow or footprints. I want to see what they said that they caught, which is what Jaren is now renouncing from flat Earth going back to the globe, because they're saying they saw this thing, which has never been talked about before, never been a thing until this whole final experiment. I know Sean showed me that video from like 2017, but that's a crap edit. The sun's just moving sideways. Anyone can make that on iMovie.
All right. You have a rebuttal to that?
Yeah, we've got a whole bunch of others. We got one from Dave McKeegan. We've got let's see, Antarctic Streams. We've got NASA Daily. Got a whole bunch of them, Nico. Polar Tech. That's Arctic, sorry. But there's multiple 24-hour sun videos, and most of them have done before TFE was ever spoken of, like years ago, almost a decade ago, Nico. Here's one by Anthony Powell 9 years ago. You want to see it? Something more to deny?
I think we've all seen that. I have a lot of chats to go through here, so let's keep going. So Anthony Powell, guys, if you want to link that in chat, Sean,
Okay.
go right ahead. The KM for $5 says the volume tracks the camera to render the background for that camera. TFE had 10 cameras simultaneously. Nico doesn't know anything about anything. Thank you for that super chat. The KM. Do we have anything to say on that?
I've already brought up everything to do with this volume, with the cameras, with the parallax, with how they can work all of that, edit in mountains, copy paste with Unreal Engine. It's already been explained. The technology, the software is there, and it's incredible. So yeah, I'm just wait. I'll recreate one myself. I'll be able to. I can go online or use whatever software and recreate everything they recreated without even leaving my house.
I have Unreal Engine on my computer, and you can't do anything like what they showed.
5.3 is insane, but
Yeah.
anywho.
Yeah, but it always looks fake.
Yeah, you can, if you got Unreal Engine, then you can download Google Maps into Unreal Engine, and you can have the whole world in Unreal Engine 5 and recreate anything you want from anywhere in the world. So yeah,
You mean a spherical Earth? That's what Google Maps is. It's a spherical model.
yeah, and if you
It
put
has
in
it uses the heliocentric mass in its
it
source
portrays
code.
that, and
In
if you put
its
it into
source code.
Unreal Engine, what is Unreal Engine? That's not a globe. Everything's flat, right? So if you put
Right,
the
but
whole world into
if you're
Unreal
basing
Engine,
it on Google Maps, it's you're using a heliocentric model to do it, Nico. It has the heliocentric mass. That stellarium, night eye, any astronomy app uses the heliocentric model in its source code. And guess what? It matches reality perfectly. You know, it doesn't match reality perfectly. Take a guess.
We'll all fill in the gaps.
the globe, NASA, everything they've ever shown us, that doesn't match reality.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah it does. Yeah it does.
All right. Moving on to yes, Joe, read my name louder. Yes, Joe, read it. Yes, louder. Yes. Says for 5 CHF. Nico. Oh my God, excuse me. Nico, I've seen you debate multiple times now. Why is it that you always get exposed as a liar in literally the first minute of your opinion starts?
oh, I'm unbeaten. I'm like Mike Tyson over here. No one's taking me out. No one's putting me down. No, I'm gonna keep going. No lies. So just the truth warrior. The truth cannot be silenced, which is why I'll never be shut up.
Oh, yes, Joe, read my name louder. Says not opinion, but he meant opponent in my last super chat. Not opinion, though. Both make sense. Thank you so much for the double super chat. I appreciate you. Do you have anything to say on that, Sean? So I'll give you both a chance to respond to. All right.
No, I'm good.
All right. Davids for €2 says, Nico, stop eating crayons, brother, for fuck's sake.
No, I don't have any crayons. It might probably be my dogs eating them, not me.
Dude, when dogs eat crayons, it's fucking awful.
I don't have any.
I'd like to ask Nico a question. Which tastes better, crayons or Windows?
Window liquor, huh?
I don't even know what that means, but it's been mentioned a few times. The KM for $5 says, Nico, change to non-toxic crayons. At least the headaches will stop. Listen, I'm not the one saying these things. All right, they're the super chats. My mom bakes cakes for $2 Australian. Says, Nico, show us some actual evidence for frack's sake.
That's what you lot should be asking NASA. Ask your scientists, ask your university professors at Harvard and Eton and Oxford, right? Ask them for some evidence and something you can see and touch that shows that gravity exists, right?
NASA's not debating me. You are. You're here. NASA isn't. And
yeah, but you're using their science that was created to challenge the Holy Bible. So it's all crap. That's what you're using. So you need to ask them for that stuff.
So you think a bunch of guys with slide rules in their pocket can beat God? What kind of ineffectual God do you worship?
No one's saying that God's going to get beaten. I'm saying that you guys are in the business of hiding our God, our Creator, our Jesus, right?
How can an immortal, omnipotent being be hidden by man?
By hiding His creation. You guys know this. That's why the military.
What creation?
That's why military. So is all over Antarctica, all over the ice ring.
No, they aren't.
Oh, yes, they are.
No,
okay,
military is not allowed to set up posts in Antarctica. Haven't you read the Antarctic Treaty?
So let me bring up some stuff here quickly. I wanted to show you. So you're saying, so here, and Antarctica, there's a lot of construction going on there. There's a big race. So this video was
Corps of Engineers. Yeah, Corps of Engineers helped build it, but they aren't stationed there.
So how come when these guys were there, or we didn't see anything, but from other channels, you can see that there is a lot of things going on in Antarctica. Sorry, these ads. This one's
The ads are awful. Yeah, who likes ads on their YouTube videos? Oh my god, I hate
known
it.
to man. Temperatures can drop to a
Come on,
grisly
get up.
minus 89 degrees Celsius.
Yeah, they're okay.
I mean, get premium, man. Doesn't cost that much. If God loved you, you wouldn't be poor.
Calder, yes it is. All right. Well, okay. All right.
So just looking at what we see as Antarctica, then it's going to start showing you the race. So this is the race to build there. So it's telling you there's actually towns there. There's bars, so there's life there. And look, they got cranes. They got big construction going on there. That looks like a volume being built right there.
Do you see any uniforms other than orange? Where are the uniforms, Nico? Military people wear uniforms. Do you know what the BDUs, what fatigues are? That's their work uniform. So if they were doing this, they would be wearing their work uniform. And I don't see any uniforms there.
The military is stationed right at the edge of where the ice wall meets the firmament dome. So
no, they aren't. Sure. Well, there's no firmament dome, Nico. There's no military station in Antarctica.
Every nation that's south of.
Wait, go back. Go back to where it showed the. There it is. The treaty. Where does it say that military is allowed to be stationed there? Where does it say it?
If it's a military operation, it's going to be top secret, right?
Every nation on the earth is part of the Antarctic Treaty, and if one country's military was allowed to be there, the rest of the countries would protest. So prove your dome or your claim is invalid.
But you never heard about this one. So look at this construction project going on in South America's desert.
Okay.
Close there, and look, right there in the middle.
Is South America Antarctica?
No, but when they
then why are they showing South America?
Because they maybe could have went to Punta Arenas, which is South America, and probably never even flew to Antarctica. Just went straight to the desert, where they got structures like this built in the middle of nowhere. Check that out. That looks like it could be another Vegas sphere being built somewhere with the cover of being a telescope.
Yeah. You think a 757 can fly in there?
No one's saying it's going to fly in there.
Could land in that thing? Where's the ice runway, Nico?
They wouldn't need to fly it in there because
where's the ice runway, Nico?
So you're getting upset because I'm proving that construction is happening.
No, you're showing irrelevant information in a debate on Antarctica.
It's a telescope.
Yeah, it's a telescope, Nico.
They say, but where's look? They got the means to build.
You just showed the telescope just before this. It showed the telescope, Nico. You tried to skip past it real quick, didn't you? Didn't work. I got a good eye. So quit smiling, quit grinning, and show me some proof. What?
Were you ever Christian?
Yeah, I was Christian for 45 years. I escaped the cult. I escaped the mental blackmail. Yes, I was a Christian longer than you've been alive, buddy.
That was probably part of the Catholic Church you were a part of? You believed in
Baptist. American Baptist, buddy.
And you went to church?
I went to 2 years of Christian school, high school.
All right, so I have a lot of questions to go through. So, so the next one is from Copycake 629. I have another question for Nico. So this is kind of like a loaded question. So if you need me to go over it slowly, like in segments, I will. If the firmament was the ice shelf that you claim it to be, does that mean it was melted to flood the earth? And if so, did God refreeze it? If so, how do you explain the Bible saying that earth broke open to release the waters and then the waters receded back into the earth?
So
This, I'm sorry. This supports more the living water theory than it does the earth was flat.
So I never said the dome was the ice shelf, right? There's Antarctica is now there's an ice wall. It keeps all the oceans in, and when you go deep south to the edge, that's where the firmament comes down. And obviously the worldwide military has it guarded because Admiral Byrd discovered it back in 1946 or something. So that's why they came up with the treaty to make sure no one can go there to accidentally discover it and realize the truth of our realm and our God, our creator, right? So um it's a real thing. The way so there's water above this solid dome. So just imagine it as like glass. So you can see through glass. So we can see that's why the sky is blue behind it. And when God flooded the earth, or there's some kind of dam, some kind of compartment windows of the heavens he opened up and just flooded, and it flooded from the deep. The water came from the depths of the deep too.
Yep, that's what the Bible says.
All right. Awesome. All right. So moving on to tiles for $5 New Zealand. Nico, how do you explain the Geneva Bible, which predates the King James Version by 50 years, describes the earth to be as a globe in Amos 9:6?
No version of the Bible has ever spoken of God's creation of being a globe or a sphere or hovering in space. It's always spoken of a circle as being drawn with a compass. So you can't get a ball from a compass. So no version of the Bible. So I only stick with the ones that for my time and the language that I understand. Obviously, we're not living in biblical times where people are walking around speaking Aramaic and Hebrew, right? So I've looked into those and different translations and done decodes and stuff like that. But I find that what works for me is just saying the name Jesus Christ. I've seen demons being rebuked in that name without having to use some Hebrew Aramaic version of it.
You know, the Bible also doesn't say that the earth is flat either. Because
Doesn't
because these people lived 2,000 years ago, and they barely knew where they were, let alone what they were living on. So,
And that's why we're not going to be using the term flat earth anymore because that's why this psyop has ruined the terminology and the vision and the belief system of biblical earth because they tied it in with these agents like Jaren and Whitsitt by calling it flat earth for the last decade, right? So
what do we call it now?
biblical earth.
Biblical Earth. Oh, okay. Okay. So, with your biblical cosmology, how do you predict the eclipses, tides? How do you do
I've
that?
already explained eclipses. I spent 2 months explaining eclipses and how they faked the eclipse back in April.
That wasn't my
My
question. That wasn't my question.
the
How do you
tides are
predict
explained in
anything?
chapter 74 in the book of Enoch. The four angels at the four corners of the earth are pushing the winds and the tides through means of angelic powers from God and through portals.
Okay, and how does that predict tides? See, a model, a scientific model,
Yeah.
a cosmology is what you use to predict future events. The Bible can't do that.
And that's why the book of Enoch was taken out. But once you understand chapter 74 in the book of Enoch, which is the the paths of the luminaries and the tides and the oceans and the winds, it explains all of that. So it's all there. It crushes your universe and your Big Bang science, right? So
No, it doesn't. Sorry,
All right.
crush
buddy. No,
crush it.
it doesn't crush it. No, the
That's
All right.
Bible, the Bible. No.
your
Anyway,
monkey.
we've strayed off course.
Your
All
monk.
right. So for two CHF Yes, Joe, read my name louder. Yes, louder. Is Nico really just a facatoid parrot, but dumber?
Yes.
I think that's just a rhetorical jab, I feel
Oh,
like.
okay. Well, never mind.
Jay is Tiger for $5 says the Bible is written by man. It's weird Nico trusts a book written by man, all while saying he doesn't like things written by man.
I've trusted both things written by man. Obviously, I went to school. We all did, most of us. So, and everything, the textbooks, all written by man within the last 50 years, right? So, once you realize the people that write those books and the governments that fund that research and that curriculum, you realize, oh, they're not teaching you things, they're brainwashing you and indoctrinating you into what they want you to believe to be the perfect slave for their society.
Do you know who translated the Bible, Nico? The King James Bible? Wouldn't it be
Was it King James?
King James? Yeah. What is a king? It's the highest in a government, right? So your Bible's written by the government.
Yeah, of course it was going to be in the hands of the government. Are going to tamper with it and repackage it in a way for people like you to
But
point to be, oh look, King
but you
James
trust
Bible.
it, right? You trust it, right?
That's
Written
the
by the
word,
government. You trust it. Written by the
that's
government, right?
the word of God, not the title of the person that translated it. No. King James means nothing to me. I don't trust the royalties and the Hamite bloodline. That's all they are. King James is just a sodomite from the line of Ham.
Everybody's a
Interesting.
sodomite, right? Right, Nico?
Yeah,
That means
they
you are
all
too. That means
are.
you are too.
Oh
If
no,
everyone is a sodomite, you're a subgroup, or you're a subset of that everyone. So you're a sodomite too by your own logic.
no,
All
I'm
right.
here to destroy you, sodomites.
All right. Fair enough. All right. So we have JSS Tiger with another $2 super chat. Thank you again. Thank you guys so much for all the super chats and the support, guys. If you aren't subscribed already, please do so. Even if you haven't hit that like button, please do so as well. Super supports the stream. I super appreciate it. Definitely, if we get the support, I will be hosting more debates on this channel, which is the direction I want to go. So any support is super appreciated. So we have JSS Tiger for another $2 says, is 2/3 an evil number since it's 0.666? I don't know who that's to, but there you go. Take it away.
I don't know, maybe Sean, what's your favorite numbers? 33, 66, 616, 47, 201.
No,
What numbers are
my favorite number is your mom's number.
Oh God. All right. Jesus. All right. There we go. I think we got the most out of that. All right. Bill Tetley for $5. Thank you so much. Says, hey, King Niko, did you forget about Ephesians?
Ephesians.
Oh my God. Sorry. I call myself a Catholic. Ephesians 5:4, your language tonight has been contrary and you're being a bad Christian example.
I never once said I'm being an example for Christians. That's Jesus Christ. I'm not trying to be like Jesus. I'm here to go to war with the enemy. So, yeah.
It's okay, Mike. You don't have to read the Bible. You're Catholic. That's why you pay someone to read it for you.
Thank you for understanding. I'm gonna go. All right, so yes, Joe, read my name louder for CHF 5 CHF. Nico, you should really learn the difference between evidence and claims. You have zero evidence, only claims.
And my claims with the evidence I provided was met with nothing but claims with no evidence.
Beautiful.
Have you been asleep this whole time, dude? Seriously.
Yes, Joe, read my name louder for 2 CHS says now take a drink. I did that. West Side Girl reacts for $2. Thank you so much. Says sub to Sean. Yes, his link is in the description. So make sure you give your respective support to your respective contestants here. Adriana B Customs for $2 says 222 watching and 76 likes. Come on, y'all. Thank you so much for that support, Adriana. Matt Rock for $5 says, how much of a stake would it take to get Nico to demonstrate any of those claims, like using iMovie or Unreal to make a convincing fake sun video?
I already shared a channel that already jumped on that and made their own 24-hour sun in Unreal Engine, so I could always bring that up again, but it's already there. I don't even need to. Sean, you familiar with Manly P. Hall and Franz Barden? Aleister
Nope.
Crowley?
Aleister Crowley. Yeah, I've heard of Aleister Crowley. When an LA Satanist basically formed a social club. Aleister Crowley is Satanism as Guns N' Roses is to rock and roll. They're both LA wannabe whatever. So.
All right. So Nico, feel free to.
I'm sorry. And by the way, Aleister Crowley didn't help start NASA. Just if that's what you were getting at.
Oh.
Yes, he did. Well, not. So listen. So Aleister Crowley and Jack Parsons, a rocket scientist, it was their work that was the foundations that laid the grounds for what would become NASA. It was built upon the foundations of satanic sex magic from sodomite magicians that worshiped Satan and summoned demons. So
No, it wasn't.
that's why they built this organization around and upon that, because they
No, they
wanted to
didn't. Aleister
wanted
Crowley had
to
nothing
do
to
it
do
on
with
a
NASA,
bigger
Nico.
scale.
That's a lie. That's a falsehood.
NASA has everything to do with Aleister Crowley.
No, nothing. Nothing to do with Aleister Crowley. Nothing. You're getting your information from conspiracy theory websites and other flat earthers.
I would love to see a debate on who started the NASA. That would be a great conversation to have. I feel like that would be that's actually a really cool topic. I might host that. All right.
Yeah.
JSS Tiger for $5 says, how are we hiding God's dome if nobody can see it or detect it?
Well, because first of all, the top of the dome is like 150,000 feet above us, and no one's going to see that far or be able to climb high enough to touch it, even though Nimrod did try by building the Tower of Babel. That was the purpose, because they knew about the firmament. So he was like, let's go up there, break through, and get into heaven. So God foiled that plan. So the next bit is to sail the oceans to reach the edge sideways, which is go south, right? From the compass point south, just go direct south. You'll be met with the Antarctic ice wall, which was 200 feet high. So it's like once you reach it, you got to climb up that high. It's basically a mountain just to get on top. Once you get on top, you travel further south and you'll be met with the firmament dome. But now, because of the Antarctic Treaty, before you even get close to meeting that dome, if you did make it onto the ice wall, then yeah, you'd be met with military, depending on which zone of the ice ring you're in, and if it's controlled by South Africans, Australians, China, America, Britain, Russia, Argentina, Chile. So they've all got different zones mapped out to their location with their militaries on the ice ring.
Okay, you were unable to show proof that the military is stationed in Antarctica. No flat earther has ever proven the dome. And do you know when NASA was formed?
1958.
Yeah. Do you know when Aleister Crowley died?
No, but I know that Admiral Byrd died
1947. How could Aleister Crowley help form something that wasn't created till 5 years after his death?
It was his summoning of the demon Awas and his work with Jack Parsons, another rocket scientist that helped found and lay the foundations for NASA. It's all
No.
satanic magic. That's all it is.
So how could someone have founded an organization that died 5 years before the organization was founded?
Like I said, the NASA was built upon his works and what
No.
he found.
No. You show me anything in any kind of NASA literature that shows that Aleister Crowley was involved or AWOG or whatever the hell you said.
All right. I feel like that would definitely fit into
That's
another
conversation.
conversation.
That's for the other debate.
All right.
So
So take
I just
notes.
had someone in my chat ask that question, and I wanted to
Gotcha.
ask it.
Riley Bow for $5 says, just dropped my phone. Gravity is real. Holy book is not a science book. I think that goes for both of you.
There's no force touching or moving this cup. If I let go, it's not gravity that's pushing it down, because it's not. If gravity was pushing it down, then you'd feel gravity when trying to push it up, but you don't. There's no resistance. So gravity is nonsense.
So if you take your hand and move it up like this, can you move it up easier than if you took and put a cup in it and moved it up? Let's say you take a brick.
Gravity.
Take a brick, and actually gravity doesn't push things down.
Pulling it down.
It
to the
pulls
earth.
things down. Yes, Cavendish proves
If
gravity.
it was pulling it down, you'd feel the resistance when trying to push it up against this force that's pulling it down. It doesn't exist.
You ever do bench presses, Nico? You ever do bench presses? Are they easy to do if there's a lot of weight on them? No, they aren't, are they? You know why? You know why? Because gravity's pulling those weights down. Yeah, Cavendish proved gravity. Gravimeter experiments prove gravity. Yes, absolutely. So.
All right. Awesome. All right. Let's do Tim Davidson for $2. Says claim, lie, rhetoric. Nico got evidence. No. Yeah. Thank you so much for that.
Well, I could show you. So do you know pretty much all the founding fathers of heliocentrism?
Do I?
Yeah.
No.
Mr. Fitz, my science teacher.
Let me get this.
Heliocentrism isn't a thing. It's the heliocentric model.
Yeah, it's fake.
No, it absolutely matches reality.
No respect from me.
Do you know what a model is, Nico?
Yeah, and the globe isn't a model. The map doesn't work.
Do you know what a model is?
By any pilots.
Define a model.
Well,
define a scientific model. I'll clarify.
Yeah, a working model of something that is functioning to scale, right?
No. Scientific model is a mode. Oh shit, misspelled it. Hold on. Scientific model is a representation of a system, process, or events in the world that uses a physical, mathematical, or conceptual model to help explain and understand it. The goal of a scientific model is to make it easier to understand a complex phenomenon so it can be used to predict future events. Bible can't do that. So now that you know what a model is, stop saying that a heliocentric model's been debunked. Basically, a model is a measurement of everything. So how can the measurement of everything be debunked with a thing it measures?
Because the people that came up with that crap measurement that you're using, they were all Masons. So Kepler,
No, they weren't.
Galileo, Copernicus,
no.
All of them posing with their compass and square, showing who their allegiance is. So why would anyone trust in these guys who were the first to bring about this universe and this globe and this gravity nonsense? It's all there. So I've got the image up here showing all of them in their Masonic poses.
Masonic poses. They're sitting there. They're sitting there, Nico.
Masons. There's Newton, your gravity guy. There's Kepler, Galileo, and each one from Copernicus to Kepler, Galileo, all said that the sun was different distances away, right? Until they finally sat upon and agreed upon 93 million. So it just kept changing before they could agree on something, before they could calculate what would equal 666, I'm guessing, because that's all it is. They needed to code it properly.
So 666 is a measurement?
Well, it
is a speed?
All the measurements,
is an angle? Is it distance?
The spin, the traveling distance, all adds up to
666.
106.
Sean, let him talk. Let him talk.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
A
My
lot of
bad.
666s in this model that you speak of.
No, there aren't. A 666, or the number of the beast, which is not really 666, it's 616, and it means Nero. It's the number of a man, Nico. Did you not read the Bible and read where it said that? The mark of the beast is a mark of a man. It's not a measurement. It's not a distance. It's not an angle. It's not a speed. It's the measurement. It's the number of a man, Nero.
All right. All right. Moving on. Yes, Joe, read my name louder for $2 or 2 CHF. Says, Nico, any proof of the dome beyond the Bible? I think you already kind of answered that.
Yeah. I think other cultures do speak of it. And well, yeah, many civilizations depicted the earth with the same flat with a dome covering it.
A lot of ancient cultures depicted sea monsters too.
Well, those are real.
Three-headed dogs.
Yeah, I'm not saying those didn't exist.
Lions with people's faces.
So yeah, I explain all of that. It's true, they do exist.
It's
Government
mythology.
building.
It's mythology. Your flat Earth is mythology, Nathan or
It's antediluvian
Nico.
time. God washed away in the Great Flood. So dinosaurs are fake. All of dragons existed. Griffins, that all existed. So it was because of fallen angels tampering and manipulating the DNA of every creature on Earth, not just human DNA. And they created all these hybrid monsters from Nephilim, hybrid human fallen angels, to sea monsters, to mermaids, all kinds of stuff. And that's why the Great Flood came to wash away everything.
Wouldn't Noah have loaded those animals onto the ark? Because God commanded him put every animal, every creature that walks, crawls, or flies in the sky onto the ark. He made he did not differentiate between mythological creatures or real creatures. So are you saying God screwed up?
Oh.
Yeah, you are.
Noah knew.
If none of those things survived past the flood, it means God lied and didn't send those creatures to Noah. Right?
So for those times that you would know which creatures were the abominations and which weren't. So it was pretty clear. And
How?
Noah was 500 years old, right?
How?
So he would have been there for that.
So they understood zoology back then? No, they didn't, because they called bats birds. No, they didn't, because they called bats birds. So they didn't understand zoology, taxonomy. They didn't understand that stuff. So how would they think that something was an abomination when it's just an animal with a face?
Because the fallen angels are here and everyone knew who the authority on the earth was, because the angels took over. They built all these great cities. All their buildings are still here. That's why most of the buildings all across this earth have angel statues on them in every nation, every culture. So I've already been able to uncover all of that. So again.
Okay, whatever.
All right.
Whatever.
All right, moving on. For David's for €2 says, Nico, what's heavier, 1 kilogram of feathers or 1 kilogram of metal?
Yeah, but what does that have to do with anything? You're still trying to say gravity is pulling all of that down?
No, I think it's just a thought experiment.
The question should actually be what's heavier, a pound of feathers or a pound of gold?
Yeah, so if you
not metal,
went to a high cliff and threw off, what was it, 1,000 pounds of metal and then 1,000 pounds of feathers, the feathers, the metal is going to obviously hit the ground before the feathers do, even though all 1,000 pounds. And why is that, right? Why is gravity picking and choosing between the feathers and metal, which one pulls down to the ground before one another, right?
Well, I can answer that really quick, but it's a joke. So it's mass, right? Feathers have less mass, but
no, actually,
Either of them they're both the same weight.
A pound of feathers is actually heavier. Feathers are actually heavier. Feathers and gold are measured in different scales. There's 0.9 grams less of gold than there is feathers. It's a trick question, but the people who ask the trick question don't know measurements, don't know scales.
All I think of is that British guy when they have literally a pound of feathers and then a pound of like metal on a scale, and it's both the same weight. And then he's like, "But those are feathers. How are they?" Because it's still a pound, right?
Yeah. Well, feathers are measured in apothecary weight or average dipper's weight, and gold is measured in carats. Now, if you took a scale and you weighed out a pound of feathers, and you took the same scale and weighed out a pound of gold, they're both going to weigh the same. But if you measure them in their respective scales, gold is lighter.
Thank you for that schooling, Sean Hawkins. Noam Jans is from for $5. Thank you so much. Says graduated almost 30 years ago. Is he aware that books were written over 50 years ago? I'm assuming he is Nico. I don't know what. Noam, do you want to elaborate on that really quick? And while he elaborates on that, guys, make sure you guys hit that like button. We have 194 people. I'm missing 100 likes here. Just hit the like button, and also subscribe to the Drunk to Bunk Show. We're fun here. We'll let him. All right. While he types that, oh, he said books were written 50 years ago. Yes. We're written over 50 years ago. All right, so Nico, what were you? So he's Noam said that before you said that books were written 50 years ago. Does that? Do you mean like
or the modern day curriculum to suit the new NASA science crap? So they compiled a new education system that tied in together the Big Bang, NASA, Charles Darwin, and the monkey theory. You know, Sean's family over there.
All right.
Oh, yeah. Enoch.
The Book of Enoch, the one that didn't quite make it to the Bible. All right, so
chapter 72, sorry, just to bring up, that speaks of the courses of the heavenly luminaries. So this chapter alone just explains the tides, the winds, the sun, the moon, right here. It's all explained.
Gotcha. So Noam says that was taught more than 50 years ago. The heliocentric model.
Long before 50 years ago.
All right. So Bill Tetley for $10 says, "In the same way, let your light shine before others, so that they may see your good works and give glory to your Father who is in heaven." Matthew 5:16. The Bible does say you should be an example.
So yeah, quickly, the whole 50 years thing. Yeah, I know they were teaching heliocentric model from the last 5 centuries, like I just showed, Kepler, Galileo, Copernicus, Newton, but they were all teaching a wrong, incorrect model of the globe, right? With incorrect distances for the moon, incorrect distances for the sun. And the planet. So they've always been teaching wrong. So what makes people think today, now they finally have it right and that all the distances are correct, even though they've been wrong time and time again over the centuries?
Because our standards and our precision of measurement becomes better and better and better over the centuries. As a matter of fact, we've measured the distance to the moon with laser, and we measured the distance to the sun with radar. Just exactly how far we said it was. You can actually measure the distance to the sun through triangulation on the Earth. So, you're wrong.
All right. All right. So we have, yes, Joe, read my name louder for 10 CHF. Thank you, Joe, for all these freaking super chats. So the people that translated your holy book are sodomites, but you blindly trust that specific translation. Never came to your mind that the king manipulated that book so that it fits his needs.
Again, the word of God was written by man that were able to they had the Holy Spirit, right? That's how it was written. You can read it and feel the Holy Spirit. Not like when you read some science book from some professor from Cambridge or Harvard, right? It's a load of crap. It's funded government nonsense that pay the research to be set up a certain way to get the results that they want, and that's what they teach and push and put the title researchers, MD this and PhD that, and Dr. Duchovny this, and blah, 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 Barbara Streisand nonsense crap. They just assign these universities and give a Nobel Prize, and then people like Sean are like, yeah, see, Darwin and the monkeys and the Big Bang, here we are. Look, this guy got a Nobel Prize, so it must be true. No,
I've
I'll
got a
take the
I have a question for Nico from one of my viewers,
All right, yeah, go ahead.
and I'll expand on it. Can Nico explain why all the nautical charts have longitude lines that converge going north or south from the equator? And why, if the Earth is flat and the globe came from the flat Earth, why are all the longitude lines, the lines of longitude, measured in the straight lines of longitude, measured in degrees of a circle?
Because no one's saying that Earth is not round or in a circular shape. You can see the maps, the logos for the United Nations and all their entities. They use the same map that you guys say is disproved and is not accurate with the distances, but yet they use it. So
Right. They use a projection of the globe as their
yeah,
icon or their logo. But do you know what a line of longitude is, Nico? It's not the one that goes around. It's the one that goes from the North Pole out. On the flat Earth, that's a flat, straight line. Why is it measured in degrees of a circle? You want me to answer that for you? Because it is a circle. Goes from
no.
north to south, from the North Pole to the South Pole, and back up to the North Pole. That's why it's degrees of
So
a
you're
circle,
saying
not
so that
lengths of a.
the lines of longitude from the North Pole is going straight and curving around in a circle to go hit the South Pole. If you're gonna,
No, it's
if you
going
believe that, you
around.
would believe
Never goes straight.
anything.
Never goes straight.
That's why I stopped
It's always a
debating
curve.
2019. There's no getting through to you people, man.
You mean you kept losing debates up
No, I
until
was on that. I
2019,
was debating from
and now you're
2017,
losing this one.
and I was like, whoa, these people are ridiculous. I came across the thousands of Sean Hawkins just like you and worse. So I'm
Right.
just
Smart people that don't believe in delusion.
regurgitating. Blah,
No,
NASA.
I've got I have evidence.
University.
I have
Blah,
evidence. I have evidence and
University of
proof for everything
Oxford.
I say, man.
Oh, he's
All
got
right.
a Nobel Prize.
All right, all right. Before we lose it, I got a lot more questions to go through. We'll make them quick from here. So Tim Davidson for $5 says, "Not changing." This is to the scientific community. Not changing. We is correcting, learning, getting more information, and adding to what we already knew. For fuck's sake. Is so science isn't changing. It's learning. That's what it is. What his point is there. For Tim Davidson, we have $2. Says Noah, watch out! One of the unicorns is getting away. Is that why? Oh shit! Is that why there's no more unicorns? All right, JSS Tiger for $5 says with a dome height of 150,000 feet, sun diameter is a maximum of 1,310 feet due to angular size of half a degree.
Yeah, your stats, your degrees, your 8 inches per square mile, your lines of longitude and latitude, all debunked, doesn't work. You can talk about it, look in your book and professor this, and it doesn't work. None of it works.
It absolutely matches reality, Nico. How can you say it doesn't work? It's been measured.
Only the reality that you've made up for yourself to believe in. That's what it
No.
matches with. Real
No.
people living in this real world are looking and being like, that doesn't add up. So I don't know what world you're looking at and living in, but it's not the real world, Shawnee.
No, geosurveyors measured it with using spherical excess.
It's time to let go of this fantasy land, Sean.
Sorry, I'll take measurements over the Bible any day. I'll take measurements over the Bible that gets the value of pi wrong any day of the week, buddy.
I deserve to know the truth, and I'd live at least one day in this truth, in this life. Like, you spent way too long spinning through this madness, fantasy crap. It's time to let it go, Sean. And you, Mike, let it go.
Well, I'm just the moderator. Why are you picking on me? All right, so we have we are done with the super chat questions. Now we're moving on to the tag questions, but there's just a few of these. These are more kind of like jabs, but Nico, why do you have such a hate boner for Masons? I feel like you already answered that quite a bit.
Yeah, I'm not into the brotherhood. I believe and know for a fact that they're against Jesus, they're pro Lucifer, they're pro LGBT. That's all I got to say about that. That's enough.
No, my dad wasn't pro LG. I know my dad wasn't pro LGBT.
That's because he was sworn to secrecy, Sean. He didn't tell you.
That's because he was a
brotherhood were doing on their secret meetings.
No, that's because he was a bigoted Missouri boy. That's why.
Oh, that's the act that they portray. But yeah.
Oh, okay.
They're in the closet, Sean. Your dad was in the closet.
So you're a Mason, right, and you know all about this being a Mason. The only way you can know about the secret stuff is if you were a Mason. So are you a Mason?
Oh no, never.
Then okay, then shut up.
Okay, moving on. So I can keep this monetized. Bill Telly says, as a devout Christian, I can attest the Bible preaches a globe Earth.
No, it doesn't. Stop this. Get out of here. Stop.
Nico, I got a question. You guys claim that the Arctic 24-hour sun is real, right?
Well, that makes sense. It fits the model, the Gleason map model. Yeah, I'm not saying... Okay. Sorry, the Gleason map's not a model. It's just a map, right? But it fits the portrayed model that the Bible speaks of, and it makes sense. And that's what we see, right?
Awesome. Awesome. Where's the chariot? Where's the chariot carrying the sun across the sky? Where's the portal that it takes that sun into? That's what the Bible says.
That's what the Book of Enoch says.
Yeah. So where's the chariot?
Yeah, it's right here in chapter 72.
No, show me a video of the chariot. Not the Bible. I don't want you to read your Bible.
Wait, is that actually the chariot? Actually, oh, that's where Santa comes from. So Santa's actually the sleigh. He's holding the sun. It all makes sense.
Show us videos of a chariot carrying the sun across the sky.
Am I ever going to be as funny as Ryan?
If your cosmology is true.
All right. No chariot. Proof of chariot. All right, moving on. So Steve Wilson says, how many flat earthers does it take to change a light bulb? A, answer, they're never going to change anything. All right. All the jabs I feel like we can just kind of get through.
Flat Earth is rising, whether you guys like to admit it or not. People are looking into it more than ever. Yeah, the same trolls that you've had for the 10 years.
Dell?
Yeah.
Dell's an idiot, dude. Stop listening to Dell.
Oh, Dell.
Jumping on board with this and realizing.
Rising Earth is a thought experiment, not to be taken seriously in real life. It's a thought experiment based on reference frames.
Yeah, I'm not talking. Earth's not moving, so yeah, I'm not into no rising Earth or sideways Earth or spinning Earth. None of that.
All right, fair enough. All right, we have Tiles says, question, Nico. Why does the King James Bible say the earth is in space in Job 26:7? He stretcheth out the north over the empty place and hangeth the earth upon nothing.
No, it doesn't say that.
Sounds like space to me.
Earth is firm on its foundations, right? So on the pillars, and it says it's his footstool. So It specifically says in the first chapter of the Bible that the firmament is firm. It separates the waters above from the waters below. So again, you guys can't cherry pick certain verses and use words and be like, oh, it says space, it's hanging. Where is it? Oh, look, it must be what NASA shows us in their CGI Disney cartoons. So good try.
So the Bible's wrong? He just read out of the
So
Bible.
your interpretation of
That's
it is
from the
absolutely
Bible,
wrong.
not my
So,
interpretation. That's a quote.
well, you're
from the
gonna
Bible.
try and fit a whole 50 years of NASA crap science into that one verse because it mentions space and hanging.
Yeah. That's what you claim. You claim the Bible's true. That's the Bible. That's what the Bible says, Nico.
The only
So
verse
you
without the
cherry
firmament.
pick the verses
You
you
guys are
like.
so afraid of the firmament, you'll pick any verse that you can't pick a verse that has firmament because then you have to explain the dome. So you find any other verse.
Firmament is the sky, Nico. Expanse.
Rakia,
It's the sky.
Rakia.
Right, an expanse.
Yeah, no, in my chat, his native language is Hebrew. he disagrees with the translation of Rakia, but all right, let's move on. I just got from Tim Davidson for $5 says statistically more people Google constipation than flat Earth.
That's good.
That's a fun fact, Tim Davidson. Thank you so much.
People are more scared of constipation than they are of flat Earth. So yeah.
And then we have Cuppy from Twitch chat says, what benefit would proving a flat Earth have for society other than the "I told you so's"?
So wait,
that should be easy to answer.
Wait, so what are the benefits of being able to prove what we're stating?
Yes.
It should speak for itself. Like, what would you do and see and feel if say we were able to hijack an F-22 Raptor, right? Or Harrier, hovered it up, flew south to Antarctica, lowered it a bit, got close enough, got past whatever military, maybe they're on a break. We just made it to where we needed to make it to prove it. And then we went live. Magically, we get the best 5G signal. Somehow there's a tower at one of the stations and we bounce it off to the Starlink. We get signal, we go live on YouTube or whatnot. And we're like, we're here. We just landed this Harrier that we took from the base back home. We're here at as far south as we can go, and look, we're touching a barrier, a wall, and then we show it. That's it. What more do you need to know? Like, no one's going to be able to question and be like, oh, who put that there? Oh, who built it? It covers the whole earth, our whole realm. So that's how I've envisioned it and seen many times. That's why for that to happen is near impossible, because look at the precautions the governments and the nations of the world have taken. They've got a treaty banning people from going. They make sure they have a Masonic lodge there though, but no one's allowed to go there. So basically Masons are allowed to go there, right? So
do they?
No, they don't.
Lodge 777.
There's no Masonic lodge in Antarctica.
Yes, there is.
And
so you're a liar.
There should be a casino down there, for fuck's sake.
So you were given a chance to go, Nico. Why didn't you?
That's a lot of money.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and stealing an F-15 Harrier is a lot of prison time. So which would be better, to get caught and go to prison, or just pay 35 grand?
On this earth for sure, to take a Harrier and take it off to Antarctica and get live footage of the firmament.
So you'd rather go to prison than pay 35 grand and go see it yourself? You had a chance to get a free ticket, buddy. No jail time involved. But you turned it down, right?
I'm resistant. There's no organized way of going. That looked like a joke. They were just hanging out there in basically a snow desert field, did absolutely nothing, filmed some crap, and that's it. So that wasn't really much.
Still, that's your opinion. You haven't proven it yet.
So I'm willing to do it the right way, the proper way. without asking permission. So we are the resistance. We don't ask government for permission. So if anyone's down and wants to help resist and try and improve the firmament, let's get it done. Let's get it sorted. Let's get some footage of some real Antarctica, of some real ice wall, of some real military, worldwide United Nations military guarding stuff over there before they shoot us out the sky, something. But we need to get live footage of it. And I'm willing to be the sacrificial lamb to make it all happen.
You know, the United Nations is not a military; they're a peacekeeping force.
That's what they tell you. They're not keeping
No,
no
that's
peace.
what they
Keeping
are.
God hidden. They're keeping God hidden.
So show us in the Antarctic Treaty where it forbids anyone to go.
All right, we can
Bring it up.
we can definitely we can.
That's been done over many times. Yeah,
You
but-
can't bring it up because it doesn't exist, Nico. I've read the whole thing. You have not.
All right, let's move on to Sir Little Wolf says, why are Flurfs obsessed with Satan's balls?
Hey, I'm not the one living on one of his balls. That's Sean.
That was a pretty good comeback. I got to admit that.
That was good. I like it. All right. Tell Ria Best says the volume cannot do shadows. So
Nope. And it also can't put a sun on it. It can't project a sun on an LCD screen that'll burn a hole in a piece of paper with a magnifying glass either. Which is
Right.
what somebody did there. I think
Yeah,
Jared.
so when Jaren was when they were not shooting the 24-hour sun, yeah, all that footage of them doing stuff like that, him burning that piece of paper is a separate video from them from the 24-hour time lapses or whatnot, or the 360. So just because he was really somewhere burning something at a set time doesn't instantly authenticate and back up a separate video that also is supposed to be at the same similar time and setting and destination, right? So
He live streamed it, Nico. He live streamed it and answered super chats in real time. So no, it wasn't at a different location.
so Lodge 77 is the Order of the Penguin Antarctica. So that's what that. All right,
Really?
Tim Hunter. Tim Hunter. This is kind of a jab, but he says he needs to not have chevrons on his hat. I'm in an Army NCO, and that hurts me that a person that stupid would even think of having that. So there we go, a jab.
well, yeah, obviously it's working. It's annoying all the government ops. So the military, I think, is a joke. Anyone that signed up to serve the satanic government and fight in these fake wars, yeah, they're stuck living with their shame now, and yeah, they get angered and triggered by me because I'm here rocking the camo and the insignias freely without ties to the president or prime minister, whatever dumb royal army you had to serve. So yeah, I was lucky to escape that.
So I admit that I was wrong. I just looked it up, and yes, there is Richard Byrd's Masonic Order of the Penguin and Antarctica. Yeah. So
Oh,
you know,
nice.
cool.
Oh, hell yeah.
I like being
cool.
I like being wrong because then I get to learn.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So now that you've found that out, does it raise any questions as why there would be a Masonic lodge if they weren't as important as you said earlier in the debate? You said, oh, they're just a social club. So why does Antarctica need a social club?
Because
Of
Richard
me-
Byrd was a Mason.
So that proves again that only Masons get approved and allowed to go to restricted
No.
areas in this world.
You can go wherever you want to, man. You can go wherever you want to. So, yeah, you can go wherever you want to.
Oh, there's parts
in
of Canada
Antarctica.
not to go to, let alone Antarctica.
You can explore anywhere in Antarctica that you want to.
Parts of the U.S. you can't go to in the Nevada desert, where Area 51 is actually
The
supposed
U.S.
to be.
The U.S. is not Antarctica with a worldwide treaty.
There's restricted areas in every nation, not just Antarctica, right?
You can't explore my house freely. Of course, my
Yeah.
house is in Antarctica.
Can't go
So-
into
There's nothing that says you cannot explore Antarctica freely or at all. Nothing, Nico. You've never read the Antarctic Treaty, have you?
Yeah, if I went downtown now and tried to get into the French embassy, I'd need special permission. I'm not going to get in, right?
I'll take
it's the
that as a
same
no.
thing. You're not allowed to
I'll
go
take that as a no.
All right. Moving on. Mark Boots says, genuine question for King Niko. Do you use alcohol/drugs? Are you under influence now? In my opinion, you come over like that.
No, I'm not a drug user. I do smoke marijuana. It's legal here in Canada. And that's about it. I drink tea. I drink iced tea, juice. So yeah, I'm honestly, there's like certain, like I can't even drink milk, let alone alcohol. So yeah, I'm not trying to, my stomach's a mess as it is.
Iced tea, coffee, and marijuana are all 3 drugs.
Oh, stop. I know you're right, but damn it. I'm on drugs every day. God damn it. I am a caffeine addict, in case you didn't know. Noam says, I know you kind of already answered this, but Noam says, can you please ask Nico how high is the ice wall? I think
some images and footage that's shown that once you reach that far, if you're able to get that far, you could be met with a wall that is about 200 meters high. That's as tall as like the Empire State Building. That's pretty high up there.
All right.
I mean the shoreline? You mean the shoreline? The cliff? Yeah, that's not a wall.
Chad is talking about coffee. Fantastic. All right, I have Mark Boots says, Nico, if you would get, for your standards, undeniable evidence, see it with your own eyes, would you ever accept that evidence over your interpretation of God's word? Be honest.
Well, yes, seeing is believing. I've always been a person to go by that. So definitely seeing on a screen through the internet is not something I'd ever believe in, especially in this day and age. But like you said, if I went there myself and you're telling me that with no hoax and I went there physically and I saw my GPS told me I was in the South Pole or whatever, and I saw something that, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not here to lie or make things up or to prove something that I believe, and I only believe and follow the truth. And if the truth has been manipulated and then I see something that goes against it, then yeah, I'll speak up. But right now we haven't seen that. I'm not going to be going to Antarctica anytime soon. There's a reason why. And by the time anyone says, oh, crowdfund or win the lotto, by the time any of that happens, we'll be way past that new world order. There's going to be a whole kettle of new issues and problems to deal with, driverless vehicles, robots. So
you had a chance to go for free, Nico. You turned it down because you'd rather have denial than evidence.
Yeah, I missed that chance. I was busy doing other things. I didn't even know it was going on. So I see other people had the same opportunity. I see, again, Flatzoid's name keeps coming up. He said that he didn't get that same opportunity, even though he was emailing back and forth. So maybe if I was here or not and I was doing the same thing, I might have run into the same issues and ended up not going because I'm not a shill or a psyop or a NASA agent, as opposed to Jaren and Witsit, who Jaren's got a track record of being a shill, right? I don't know how the movement allowed him to still go on about his business after the Netflix documentary, but yeah, this is two for two now.
I mean, the cult, you can't see why the cult allowed him to
He knows
continue.
it. That's why he left willingly. He knew that no one would stand for it anymore, so he had to leave.
So you were given a chance to go for free, Nico.
All right. Let's beat that dead horse on another in a more conversation. But for Surrender Monkey for £2 says Nico's military rank ? I think you already kind of answered that one too.
I'm the founder and lead operator of this operation. That is Crusaders of the Resistance, proving Bible prophecy. If you want to say that makes me commander in chief. And yeah, I wear a logo that resembles the worldwide military sergeant insignia, which isn't a high enough rank. So if you see it as a low rank, then so be it. I don't want to put the target on my head as commander in chief anyway, right? So.
All right. Ernie Matthews for $5 says Nico has no measurements or citations, let alone evidence, or a little nebbish. Sorry, my wife's playing a game. Thank you so much for the $5, Ernie. Emma. So for €2, Emma M asks, be nice. I want to stay monetized with this answer. What does Nico think about LGBTQ and why?
I think well, I know for a fact that's the image of Satan. To be a part of that, it's Sodom and Gomorrah. God destroyed that community before, and I guess the way they're trying to take over every aspect of our lives again, it's more proof that we're in the end times.
All right.
We've been in the end times for 2,000 years, man.
We have
not with that sort of community in the state that it's in now. So it's not going to last longer. So all I'm saying is that this community that you just mentioned to me is basically the community and the number one reason why Earth was flooded to begin with, why Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed by fire and brimstone, and why the end times again will be just the whole world will now be destroyed because it's a disease that won't go away.
You're obviously unfamiliar with the Roman Empire.
There's a whole bunch of sodomites too. I'm fully aware of.
So the Roman Empire was way more corrupt than you think we are today. So how could you get more corrupt than the Roman Empire to signal the end times?
So royal families and Masons and Templars and the Hamites and all royalties, they've been practicing this stuff for millennia, right? But it's just been within the royal ranks, and it's only in the recent years since the what do you call it? The rebranding of the Masonic Lodge, the Templars, the Jesuits. Since that rebranding, they've gone full force. It was only in 1976 that community came up with its logo as the 6-colored rainbow flag. And it was also the same year that Apple computers had the same rainbow 6-colored flag as their logo. So it was like there was a battle for who was having that logo, but they were both associated with it. Obviously, Apple, the logo representing the fall of man, the bite into the forbidden fruit, and obviously the rainbow was the God's promise not to flood the world again.
Are you familiar with the homophobic projection? Psychological term.
So, like I said, I'm speaking very cautiously and treading on eggshells.
You're projecting, Nico. You're projecting, Nico.
All right. Let's move on. I appreciate the eggshells to keep me monetized. I appreciate it. Tim Davidson for $5 says radio moves at the speed of light. It takes 44 hours to get a signal to Voyager and back. Where on your flat Earth is 22 light hours away?
Yeah, I'm not understanding that. Is that like a Star Trek reference? What's the Voyager? Are you talking about Starship Enterprise?
Voyager.
The Voyager. The Voyager was a satellite that was shot into deep space. It took pictures of all the planets as it flew by, but now it's far beyond Pluto, outside of our solar system. And off to Never Land.
Did you just hear yourself say all of that? How can
it's insane?
How did you say that with a straight face and not back up laughing? They sent this satellite, the Voyager, into outer space, and it took
Yeah.
pictures of other planets. Have you seen those pictures of those other planets?
Yeah, it was the 90s, dude. They're not that great.
Oh, goodness.
I mean, since then we've taken more pictures,
Yeah,
but
way better computer generated images.
well,
Like, no,
well, they didn't
physical-
need to make the. Okay, I'm not. This isn't my debate. All right, sorry.
No, you can see planets in telescopes, right? No CGI involved.
You're not looking at a planet in a telescope. You're looking at a light
Yeah, you are.
source.
No, you're looking
and
at planets.
shining in water.
Saturn, Venus. Yeah, you can see planets clear as a bell.
All right. All right. So we have Talria Best says, "Does Nico know what a biblical angel actually looks like?
Yeah,
The angel statues are not biblically correct because they're horrifying."
they are correct. So first of all, so again, they're just statues. A lot of them, all the statues I'm talking about are they're principalities and powers. So there's different rankings of angels. So the ones that you see in every city on the world, whether it's Argentina, the Peace Angel, or whether it's Berlin, Germany, or Toronto, Canada, Huron University, they're all holding out a crown, a wreath or a crown, right? So that's because at one point they had full control over this world and they created those cities, which is why they were positioned high up in the sky on them. So every angel, they're so high, they're looking over the city. So those are the principalities and powers. All the other angels like seraphim and the cherubim and the orphanims and the thrones, those are higher ranking angels. They don't even come in like humanoid forms. Like the thrones is the one that spins with the different spinning mechanisms and it's got eyeballs all over it and 6 sets of wings. Like I'm pretty familiar. So again, the ones that we see, the ones that came and mated with human women and created all the abominations were the principalities and powers. Those are the ranks of those angels.
Those aren't angels.
Yes, they are.
They represent republic or liberty, so they're not angels. The ones
Yeah.
holding wreaths aren't.
Let's
So
see. I have the images here. I'll bring up something then to show the rankings of the angels. But yeah, they're all over the world.
no,
Every
there's
nation,
no
even in
such thing
nations
as angels.
even in nations that are not Christian. So why would they be in China? Why would they be in India, right? Why would they be in
Show me a
Africa?
real angel. Someone had to sculpt them, right? Show me a real angel. Show me a photograph of a real angel.
Hello.
Anyway, go ahead.
All right. While you pull that up, Mark von Wisco says the New Testament writers were all educated Greek speakers who'd have known that the Earth was a globe. There are no verses about the Earth's shape. Please explain, Nico. So the New Testament writers were all educated Greek speakers who knew that the Earth was a globe. There are no verses about the Earth's shape.
No, so they decided to change. They came up with this whole globe thing after Babylon fell, right? Well, Babylon didn't fall, but Babel fell. So Nimrod built this tower, and it was so high up, it was high up in the sky to reach the firmament. God destroyed it. So they knew from then that they could not physically wage that war. They could not tamper with the firmament. So they, instead of going to physical war with God, they went through psychological, spiritual warfare. They says, you know what? Let's just tell the people. They're like, well, we run this society. We're the rulers of these people. They're our slaves. So we tell them and make sure we kill everyone that knows about this dome, and all the next generation will tell them it doesn't exist. And that's it. There's no such thing, right? They'll just make, that's how it came about. That's all it is. That's all your belief system of the globe came about, was just to blaspheme and rebel against God. And when they realized they couldn't do it physically, they just made up a new story because they're weak like that. That's what sodomites do.
The Tower of Babel is a story. If you would actually read the Bible, the Tower of Babel was built to try and reach God, not the firmament. And it's just an analogy to explain why different people talk different languages.
All right. So we have Nick N says, Nico says all measurements of celestial objects are wrong. Can he provide the correct measurements?
You just got to start with basic observation, what you see and what you feel. Just want to bring up this one clip regarding Babel and the ceiling.
Shattered that highest and hardest. I know we have still not shattered that highest and hardest glass ceiling, but someday someone will, and hopefully sooner than we might think right now. I know we have.
So yeah, that's Hillary Clinton during her presidential run, speaking about shattering that highest and hardest glass ceiling. Like what are they talking about? So I knew right away that obviously because they're Sodomites, they're Babylonian, they're Hamites of the bloodline of Ham. They've been trying to shatter that and they know they can't, so they're finding other ways. NASA was a big part of that deception of shattering what we thought we could see, and then they showed us a different visual. So obviously that thought of something being there got taken away instantly because we saw what they showed, rockets going through the atmosphere and leaving. That's all they needed to fake and show us that we weren't closed in, was that they left and went somewhere else, which was now we know is a lie. It's been 100% proven. NASA faked it all. It's a lie.
The glass ceiling is a colloquial term for the social barrier preventing women from being promoted to top jobs in management. The term has been broadened to include discrimination against minorities. Marilyn Loden coined the phrase glass ceiling in a 1978 women's exposition. Another lie.
Well, Hillary's not even
by
a real
Nico.
woman. She's not even a real woman.
Okay.
She's a lizard person. She's on my banner. Look on my banner. There's Hillary with a
lizard people don't exist. They wish they could be reptilian or lizard. They're just a bum and they're just inverts. That's all. They're just inverts. That's it.
All right. I got just a few more questions and we can wrap this up. We have Calder Vasold for $5. Says, ask Clown Nico, what he thinks of the upcoming planetary alignment.
Wow. So now the planets are aligning. I guess that's part of this. The aliens doing it, and they're going to use that alignment to somehow slingshot around the Milky Way galaxy and land on Earth with the mothership, and then there we go.
Let's go. This sounds great.
No, it's just the orbits of planets.
Is that how it is? How is the mothership of this aliens going to slingshot around the alignment of all the planets in the solar system, right? So it's a joke.
What aliens?
But okay, so did any of you guys do some kind of moon ritual last night for some full moon ceremony? I know you were, Sean. You were burning your sage and charging those crystals. And what the tarot cards? What did your tarot cards tell you was on the agenda?
I don't read tarot. I don't own a tarot deck. I don't own a crystal. I did no kind of ceremony. I don't kill goats. I don't drink baby's blood.
Oh wait, you don't?
Yeah. No.
Oh,
I'm an
I thought we did
atheist.
that. I thought we did that on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
That's our Tuesdays thing.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Tuesdays. Sorry.
So Odie the fourth,
Lord,
for $5 California Canadian says, can I bring debate Sean? I'll bring my Nico A game, complete with nuh-uh and whatever random conspiracy I can make up. Example, globe fake because nuh-uh. That's another jab. This is fun. Tim Davidson for $5 says, glass ceiling is a metaphor for the impossibility of promotion within an industry. Yes. Well, you're not supposed to do our signs. All right. Oh, this one's for you, not Nico. You said about a Discord. Can I have it? Yeah, you can have my Discord.
my favorite Masonic symbol is this.
What is that? Oh, 2 in the pink, 1 in the stink. Oh, yeah.
Shocker.
All right. Let's keep it on track here. I apologize because that was my bad. I have the grumpy old mechanic for $10. Thank you so much. St. Augustine has something to say about critters like Nico. Reckless and incompetent expounders of Holy Scripture bring untold trouble and sorrow on the wiser brethren. Excuse me. All right. Anybody have something to say to that? Or we can move on from the jabs. Not that jab. All right. I got Spielcab von Sparta says, Nico, how many armed penguins are guarding the ice wall, and what's the speed of density?
So obviously they're not guarding the ice wall, they're guarding the dome. So they're further inland south, right at the edge of the firmament, and they're stationed all around the ice ring worldwide to make sure no one, not even the researchers, get close enough to see or touch this solid, firm dome.
Prove it.
It's there. The
Prove
Antarctic
it.
Treaty, all the
Prove it.
proof. Try
No,
and
the
go there.
Antarctic Treaty doesn't
Go
say
there.
anything about that, dude.
Try and
Prove
go
it.
there.
All right.
Go there.
All right.
So you got no proof.
So how do you measure the speed of density is the last question. Is a trick question.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
depends on the mass and everything. So
All right. All right, cool. Well, that's it for the questions. Okay, so now let's take care of the closing statements here. We're finishing up right on time here, it looks like. So we'll start off with Nico since he started the debate, and then we'll end with Sean. Take it away.
sorry, where's my
really quick. Tim Davison for $5 says, Nico, what if I told you there's only one solar system in the entire universe? Because there's only one system with a star called Sol. SOL.
Well, or it's the soul luring system, right? So again, it's all points to satanic sigils and Lucifer and just everything that takes you away from God and pushes you in the path of evil, which is the devil.
Hey, Nico, you're aware that Christian high schools or Christian high schools, Christian universities, seminaries all teach the heliocentric model? Are they all satanic?
My Catholic school taught
Yeah.
heliocentric.
Yeah.
Is every Christian school, every professor in a Christian school, every student in a Christian school, every teacher, are they all satanic? Are they all Luciferian?
Paid off and funded by the organizations, the entities that own them and allow them to operate, which is the government. So every nation you go to, I was raised in 2 different government systems and curriculums within this Commonwealth. So I was raised on a British curriculum. And when I came younger and came to Canada and learned the Canadian curriculum, you can see the brainwashing. I learned from a young age that they're teaching 2 different things in 2 different nations to suit the standards of the nation for the future of the people that they want to use as the slaves to keep the society functioning. So I caught on real quick.
Did you know that Grace Brethren High School, the Christian school that I went to school at for 2 years, teaches both heliocentrism and evolution and the Bible? Did you know that, Nico? So they're not trying to hide anything. They aren't knuckling under the government. They still teach the Bible, but they teach science too. There's a difference, Nico.
Well, again, science was created and pretty much formed to contradict and disprove the Bible.
Then why do they teach both of them, Nico?
Because they want to be able to make it appear as the Bible is being discredited on a daily, and that's why.
No, they give credence to both. They don't speak bad about either thing in either class. Got the opposite. They don't in Bible class. They don't say heliocentrism is wrong, and in science class they don't say the Bible's wrong. The Bible's not a science book, Nico. Grow up.
All right. All right. Let's go with the closing statements. All right, Nico, you go first.
Yeah, I think it's nothing's changed. It's just pretty much the psyop, the information, the dates, the times. Sean hasn't really been able to disprove or make me think otherwise or show me any slam dunk reveal that puts my claims or theories to rest. And I knew that would happen because Dave McKeegan tried to put everything to rest yesterday and explain everything away and didn't do a good job. So I'm like, that's the best you guys have. So it's clearly we're just going back and forth with the strength of one side versus the defenders and strength on the other side, who are just biased to their belief system or whatever they're being paid to push or prove or disprove. So it just seems that most people that are set in their ways with the globe are just it's no matter what you put in front of them, they're just set there, especially when you've never even questioned it after, I think, so as long as Sean, right? So again, TFE, just a big scam, another NASA fake moon landing operation with all the same ingredients, but different recipe and the same results. Just questionable crap, trying to mock and disprove biblical cosmology and just not doing a good job. NASA was able to get away with it for a lot longer, but we're not going to let TFE get away with any of it.
All right, Sean, you're up.
Nico brought nothing but delusion, lies, and opinion. Except for one thing, he only brought one piece of evidence, and that was debunked by a date. I brought facts, evidence, and proof, and geometry. We'll put it to the audience to decide who won.
All right. Well, it's not who won; it's who's more convincing.
Well, okay.
All right, cool. Well, I want to extend my thanks to both of you for spending your time. I mean, I didn't think it was going to take this long, but I appreciate you hanging out just 2.5 hours. I really appreciate all that time.
It was a good talk. It was a good debate.
If you guys want to reach out to me again, if you guys want to hop on my show again, have a debate or a conversation, I'm always open to having people on my show. So, again, thank you guys so much for coming here. Again, guys, you can, if you want to go to Sean's channel, his link is in the description. Nico's channel also is in the description. So thank you guys very much. You guys have a great night. All right.
Thanks, Mike.
Thanks, Mike.
Let
good
it
talk,
go,
Nico.
Yeah. Go, brother. Yeah, it was great. Do it again sometime.
All right. Have a good night, guys.
Hey, by the way, you're quoting a lesbian, right?
Oh, all right. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye. All right, guys. I was hoping he wouldn't cut me off on that last one. Yeah, let it go. Yeah, she was a lesbian, right? Anyway, that was it. That was me wrecking Nico, and it wasn't hard. Wasn't hard at all. Why does Zoom keep popping up again? Oh, still got the window open. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I kind of wish all the people who were sending money out were over here. That would have been fucking nice. But anyway, isn't that what all the right-wing people were getting mad at with Frozen? That there were lesbian undertones in the movie? I haven't never seen the movie. I'm just going by what the right wing says about it. So, oh, thanks, Maru. What the hell did I close? Did I close the window? No, there it is. Let me give Mr. Maru a wrench. All right, that's all I got for you. It's been 2 hours, 2.5 hours. So we'll be back for more. What's his name? What is it? Truth is not subjective wants to debate me. That's that dipshit that keeps coming in demanding a debate when I don't have anything set up to do that with. But yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've never lost a debate yet. not yet. It's my 5th or 6th one. So I don't debate many people, but I don't lose any that I do. So thanks for watching, guys. Man, I wish I could breathe better. I really do. This sucks. I mean, it sounded like I was panicking a couple of times. It's just because I couldn't fucking breathe. And when I can't breathe, I sound like I'm getting mad. Oh, thanks, Extra J. A man like me is a dumb fuck. What an idiot. Earth's measured flat. Okay, show us the measurements, motherfucker. Make a video, a man like me, showing your measurements of flat Earth. While you're at it, you can present a mop and a model. Jesus. A map and a model that works. But you can't, so all you do is troll and spew horse shit. So, thanks for watching. We'll talk to you later.